Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It's Tuesday night, so we are back at it and ready to get it in. The last two episodes of The Witcher. Oh my God, I love this series. I can't believe it took me so long to get into it, and just loving the ride 100%. Oh, I know that was muted. What happened there? God, I love this series. That's been a minute. I haven't done that.
Whoopsie.
Hey. Rookie action back back at it. What's up, fandom? How you doing tonight? You ready for this?
Yo, after I forgot what day it was. I think it was Sunday. And I watched like the final two episodes. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. I'm here to discuss this. And I know DJ is going to be smiling throughout the entire stream because he called too much things. Even my notes, I just wrote DJ knew it. He called it.
Unbelievable. You're going to tell a story and put some facts in. We're going to find them clues. What's up, AK? How's Zentria doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm ready to get in this. Yeah, because that's all I can say right now. Let's do this.
Oh, that's so good.
Actually, let me put the word out, send the Ravens over the Twitters.
So we can't really we're not going to get right into the finale. We're going to start it off with the Witcher Season 2, Episode 7, and this one was Volethmir. And we pick right up where we left off, and Geralt checks the dead man that jumped him and finds Rodanian coins, so he knows these guys are from Rodania. And Nanek asks, like, how the Orbiculium broke, and Geralt's like, well, that's what Ciri does. She breaks things. Mm-hmm. What's up, fandom? When he said that, was he talking about the thing, or was he talking about him being the thing that's broken?
I would say pretty much not just him, but like the people around Ciri. Like everyone that she knows is dead, captured, places she goes destroyed. It's like, dang, what's next? At this point, Geralt, the days could be numbered, but we all know how OP Geralt is.
Right. He wasn't just talking about that Orbiculium. He was talking about basically, just like you said, everything she gets around, like that's what she does. She breaks things. Just incredibly powerful on both sides, good and bad. But how did Nanek know that Yen wouldn't hurt Ciri, AK?
That's a good question. Nenneke is a very mysterious character, and I do hope we see more of her next season. Especially when it comes to the training of Ciri, you need more than just Triss and Yennefer doing that. I think it's going to take a high mage like Nenneke to really show her how to grasp and hold on to that. And I think it's because she sensed the connection with Geralt. Geralt's not going to put his neck on the line for any one person unless it's extremely important. And this is the master mage you fucking with here, so she's going to see between all those red lines.
And Geralt means business because he's actually like asking for a portal to be opened, and we know he's not a fan of
exactly.
So my man is out for vengeance. And it was sad to see the nice lady who gave Ciri a safe place to stay and her family got burned up by the firefucker. Like, all that lady wanted was a daughter. Even still, like, Ciri left in the middle of the morning before she woke. Like, she never even got to say goodbye, and she gets torched for it. Like, that was ruthless.
Didn't she, though? Did they stay the night once her and Geralt met in the forest?
I'm saying before they went in the forest, Ciri stayed the night, but Ciri woke up and ran away like early in the morning before, like, it seemed they made it look like everybody else was still sleeping, and Ciri like snuck out all quiet and then ran away into the woods.
Yeah, that's right.
So like,
and then Geralt came up.
I was calling her shady the whole time. I was like, this lady's being a little too nice in this place.
I told you she wasn't.
Man,
y'all don't never be listening to me.
Just all heart and got fried up for nothing.
That was sad. That almost brought a tear to my eye, and also reminded me of the Hound. Once he went back and saw that old house for the dude and his daughter that he robbed.
Right. Yeah,
heartbreaking.
It was indeed. And then back at Aretuza, Vilgefortz is trying to be smooth and silver tongued like some info out of Tessia, but she's not having it. Like, she just spins it and gives him another answer that like quelches his curiosity. But Tess is like a master at the game. She's got like, I don't know, Littlefinger's got nothing on her fandom. What do you think about Tessia doing all this?
First and foremost, I didn't know she was sleeping with Homeboy. I thought they were just acquaintances. And I'm like,
I told you, Geralt got the pussy, man.
No, Vilgefortz and Tessia. They were them.
I heard Tress. My bad. You said Tessia. I heard Tress.
Yeah, no, the mages, and basically like They're sleeping together, but
That
Tessia
was a
still got
surprise.
no information.
That was a surprise. I didn't think Tessia had any inclinations on anyone like that.
Oh, Tessia's holding it down. Like I said, she's above Littlefinger in some of them skills.
Hey,
She's like
yeah,
she's
true.
three
I give you
dimensions.
that one.
But Fringilla's trying to keep chaos at bay between the elves and the soldiers in Nilfgaard, and I was so waiting for that ginger general to get what he had coming and talking about like she should remember that. I was like, sucker, you about to get introduced to some mage magic for real. We saw that coming, didn't we, Phantom?
Of course. I was just like, you know, you're talking to a freaking mage here at any point in time. She can literally turn your insides outside, your outsides inside with a freaking snap of a finger. Like, you really were just testing her, like every step of the way.
Nothing nice. We saw where he was at.
And he did this shit in front of her, talking in third person, like she just all of a sudden became invisible. My guy, you want to calm the fuck down. That's the wrong one you talking to.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, but oh, what a satisfying that was amazing. And then when Hake like hung that elven woman who said she was just looking for food, then scoffed at Fringilla for not being a good leader, I was just like,
oh, she was elven. I was like looking for the ears, and I think they just like keep her like hiding the ears. Yeah, so I couldn't like tell if she was like elven or not.
Yeah,
but then I questioned it more when she was like my lady, and I'm like, okay, well, Fringilla is mainly like in love with the elves, so I'm like, maybe she is an elf.
Oh yeah,
so I wasn't.
That's why Dara looked up like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
so horrible.
So then it was finally time for a cheer up, and who better to brighten our day than, well, of course, it's none other than fandom's favorite character. The Bard is back. Yasker's back, and he's made some friends.
Not gonna lie, this was the only episode where I was not totally pissed off seeing, Jasper. Every scene with him this episode, I was like, you know what? I can see what DJ and AK was about.
Yo, stand by our words, son.
And then the last episode happened. I'm like, fuck this guy.
That's when I had to look at fandom side of it and be like, God dang, he was right the whole time. Are you kidding me? Fandom had it right.
Get for taking him into a firefight and his ass don't know how to fight.
Oh man. Oh, what's up? We got the one true David Adams out there in the chat. What's good, brother? Been a while. Hope all is well. Good to see you.
Special shout out to OTDA, my guy. I have not forgotten about you. I've just had a whole lot of health issues that have slowed down my progress on all things in my world. Ain't nobody forget. We got you.
Oh my God, once you David Adams right there with Phantom. He said totally took him out of the show when he was on screen. He wasn't feeling the Bard either. Man, up until that last scene, I had no problems with Yasker. I liked him. I thought he was doing it. Oh, and I was loving his new song, like talking shit about the guard, like when he stood up talking smack. Like, did he know when he stood up and was still talking smack, did he realize it was Geralt there to save him, Phantom?
Nope. And I kind of got teary-eyed when, the reunion between Geralt and Jazz. I'm like, damn, these two have been through so much. Had a separation, made the whole freaking song, Burn the Butcher, and then finally he returns. They hugged it out. I'm like, damn. The feels.
I told you he crying over his ex-boyfriend, man.
Oh, and it was a touching little reunion. Like, I loved how he made Geralt wait so he could turn around and say goodbye to his new friends, the mice. Like, I was all for it.
Of course, Yasker would do that.
It was amazing. And then on the ride to Cintra, it didn't take Ciri long to figure out that Yen was in love with Geralt. And did I call it and the dream will become true as those three are going to end up living as a family? It was like, okay, let's go ahead and check that out. Oh, there's
the number one AK clause that I told y'all I couldn't tell you about.
Oh, that was sick. So basically that dream, it seems like that dream is going to come true and those three are going to be living out as a family. We'll see how long that lasts, but that was awesome. And then have Philevangel and Francesca lost their elven minds? Like, they get into these like city walls for all the safety on the condition that they will join the fight against the common enemy with one little baby being born. They think they can just call all that off. I was like, what's up with this, AK? What are they thinking?
Bro, you would think that Philevangel would know better because he's been the leader during war times and during extremely hard times that they were in. My guy, you're not out of those hard times yet. If you haven't noticed, more than half your people don't know how to fight. And they can't get themselves into a cohesive group because they ain't even showing up for all the practices and whatnot. And then this chick, you came here to rule. You said you're going to make this pact and do whatever ABC, and now here because of the kid. And now I'm not blaming the baby, don't get it wrong, but because your hormones are different now, you want to stay home and raise the baby. How do you think you got that castle? Why do you think you can keep that position without fulfilling your part of the bargain?
Right?
Come on, bro.
That's
Come
what I'm
on now.
saying. Like, I'm starting to side with the humans. Like, fuck these fickle elves. Like, we gave you food and safe haven. On your word, you would stand with us and fight. And now you're talking about you want to rebuild. And, like, I don't know. I know you're not thinking about my land you're going to be rebuilding on after all this shit. And there's no one safe in the continent. So what are we talking about here, Phantom?
I totally agree. They had a deal from Jumpstart the moment they left that damn hut. All now the baby's born. Oh, let's rethink about this. I'm like, no, you're supposed to be going to war. I'm pretty sure there's some elven or human Nilfgaardian, babysitting thing gig, and they can, take care of the kid and go off to war.
I mean, even if they would have actually done all that, though, what made y'all really think that you were going to be able to keep that castle? That castle is like the most important in the area. You really thought Nilfgaard was going to just let you leave, sit there and chill all the time and just go, okay, thanks, friends, we'll go home now? No.
Oh, even if they weren't even thinking about staying in the castle, like, where on my land do you think you're going to go?
You're going?
You just broke this contract. Like, what are you thinking? I was like,
exactly.
They lost their elven minds. I was like, what? And then Dijkstra thought he was going to come in and start talking some shite, but Tessia put him in his place real quick. Like, she is every bit the politician struggle board is. I was loving it. Tessia was getting it.
I need people to stop testing that woman. I really do, because they're going to do it one last time and she's going to fuck everybody up.
Right? Oh, she's about it. And then why did Ciri's blood fry that mage's face, Phantom, when she inhaled it? Why
that wasn't just Ciri's blood. It was Ciri's blood mixed with all the other herbs and stuff. So that wasn't really going to happen. When that scene happened, I was like, damn, something bad's going to happen to her face.
Oh, poor Lydia.
But she's a mage, though, so it's like she can always make it like an illusion. And
right,
Definitely. But yeah, I was tripping about that. I was like, why Lydia? Like, why'd that do that to her? But I love that it's the mutagen, not just her blood. So that's a perfect answer. And was I the only one that thought like a monster was going to come up out of that water and grab Jaskier when he was like trying to clean up in there? I was just like, I thought sure a monster was going to come up. But
I was thinking the same thing. One of my favorite lines in that freaking episode. What was it? Nilfgaardian ball on nutsack or something.
I put that in my notes. Like, bro, how you know what sweaty Nilfgaardian balls smell like, my guy? Where the fuck you been riding before now?
Right. But nay, this scene was just to show off his washboard abs, I guess. So
I mean, pretty much, because that's like the only time Jaskier's ever been on camera like that. Anybody of water though is a suspect, and I'm throwing a rock in there first just to see what happens.
Right, exactly. I wasn't getting just cool plumbing.
You ain't gonna get me.
You got Geralt there, but still, you don't know how fast he is and what's in there. I was like, I didn't trust it. Geralt figures out that Yen is in cahoots with the Deathless Mother, and he doesn't want to believe that she would sell out Ciri just to get her magic back. But Jaskier was quick to fill him in. Like, you bet your bloated biceps she would. Like, you out of your mind? That girl will do anything to get her magic back. Of course she would.
I agree.
And then Yarpen makes an appearance, throwing his axe at Jaskier in his newly washed shirt, and he and his men are guarding the roads, but ready for a new adventure at the drop of the hat. I was like, oh, it's cool to see them come back in.
Am I the only one that was thinking about Bilbo when that happened? I'm going on an adventure.
No, I was thinking back in the Two Towers when Gimli was talking about are there dwarf women? Because you see
with the
dwarf with the beard, and I'm like, oh shoot, he got a beard too.
I mean, okay, look, did y'all peep the eye sex that was going on with her and Jaskier too?
Oh yeah.
I see you.
He kind of shook his head, but he knows where he's at.
Look, you on the road for so long, man. Sometimes you got to you can get. She feeling him, he feeling her. Hey.
The one thing he wasn't feeling though is why did he spit out that food he was eating? Like, was it the look that Yarpen gave Geralt while talking about his man that quit the crew? Like, did he really quit, or are they eating that man for dinner right now?
Would you want to take that chance?
Hey, if you're hungry and you don't know what your next meal is, when traveling with Geralt, I would eat it.
I never even got that until I was just like, why did he spit out his food? And then I'm like, rewound it and listened to what they were saying. I was like, did that man not really quit? Like he did, because Yarvin was giving him some light. Like, you believe in what I'm saying here? And
You know,
yeah, we know Yasker's a genius.
It's slightly deeper than that too, though, because he don't like Yasker. He might have seriously just been fucking with him just for the sake of fucking with him. He seems like a sarcastic dude like that. I appreciate that petty.
I love that. That's a good one. And then Yen and Ciri come upon a broken bridge, and even if Ciri had raised that tattered thing, you think it would have been crossable? Like, that thing looked impassable to me, Phantom.
I didn't think that she would have lifted up. Like, she would have struggled a bit, and then it would have collapsed. Because it kind of like reminded me of Empire Strike Back, when he was trying to, Luke was trying to like lift up his spaceship, but then he couldn't, and then Yoda ended up doing it. So I knew for a fact that it was going to happen.
And then Yen sees another display of Ciri's chaos and is impressed. And what I didn't like about it was when she told Ciri, when you're this powerful, never apologize. I'm like, what kind of terrible lesson is that to share, AK?
It's Yennefer. That's all I can say is it's Yennefer.
Oh, that was awful.
But, you know, she's getting the first taste now of that mommy figure that she wants to be. So we just got to let it ride and trust her. Sorry, I'm chewing.
Okay. And then speaking of being careful and what to share, like Tessia's milking Triss for more info about Ciri when dipshit Vilgefortz has to come barging in and ruin the whole thing. Like, why does this impatient ass hat never listen? Like, he was too impatient and arrogant, like, to wait outside until you get called and just bust in demanding answers. Like, I'm already sick of this character and ready for him to get his, Fandom. How about you?
Since day one.
Mm-hmm.
He was impatient when Yennefer out on that battlefield was telling him to slow down and take it easy. He just kept going, lost the match, and got knocked out. Like,
and almost got his ass killed.
Yeah. And then they're going to put his ass on the throne and in charge of things. I'm like, no, man.
I mean, I guess outside for all the eye candy that they like showing around here, it kind of makes sense that he would be the one, because Tessie ain't gonna fuck with no actual Nilfgaard person. So,
yeah,
man, I guess is all I can say to that.
Setting his ass straight to the back of the room. And then the nerve of him trying to turn it around like it's Tessia's fault. Like, no, you fucked this up. Like, what are you thinking? Just like when you didn't listen, like I said, back with Yen. It's like, you do not know what the hell you're doing. Like, I don't know. This mage has no business being in charge of the Brotherhood. That's all I know. But when he was like crying about Tess not trusting him as an equal, I was like, quit failing at every turn and maybe she will. Like, what is this guy thinking? Is he really that dumb?
It seems so.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But it looks like Fringilla did learn one thing from Francesca. Blood is the strongest bond of all. So she heads back to Aretuza to ask for some help from Uncle Artorias. When he said, like, some obsessed with finding power and some know their place, ooh, Fringilla just gave him a look like, what do you think, AK? Is she going to end up, like, back at Aretuza, or is she going to keep fighting for that power out in the world?
I think she's going to keep fighting to keep up some appearances. However, the trick is deciding which side she's going to be playing double cross with. Because even while all of this stuff is going down, there's a few key parts where the camera pans over to her and it looks like she's smirking because she knows she got away with something. So I'm highly, highly suspect of what she's actually doing right now. But you can't hate the player, I hate the game. Chick is playing the Game of Thrones and she's doing it well right now. She is winning.
Absolutely. And then what is it with these elves that they think they can just break any contract whenever the mood fits? Like, now we got Dara all up in his feels saying he's done and just wants to, like, focus on keeping Elven hope alive. Like, how about we just toss your deal-breaking ass right back in the jail we pulled you out of? It's like, you just cannot trust these elves, Phantom.
Honestly, that's what I would have done. I've been petty and been like, you know what? Back to the jail. That's how you came from, honestly. But yeah, they were still in their feels about, the baby they lost. But, that Elven Queen, she had other intentions in mind.
Bro, she straight, what the hell's in it? Passover. She pulled a Moses during Passover.
Yep, that's literally
shit,
what I
boy,
thought.
Once I figured out what was happening, I was like, oh shit, no, the babies didn't do it. What are you doing?
Oh, man. I was just like, and and Dara. I mean, Dara quit his and broke his contract when the baby was alive. He was all on the Hope side after the big party, and like, these I'm not trusting an elf. I was with the elves at first, man. Fuck the elves. I'm not about
That's
them
some
elves right
shady
now.
shit.
And then speaking of trust, can a man not just sip his mead without worrying about if it's been spiked? Oh my God, Fringilla got ruthless in this Last Supper scene. I was loving it.
Come on now, though. He deserved it.
Oh, Hake had it coming.
He hella deserved it.
He had it coming for sure. Oh, that was such an amazing.
I'm equivalating him to Arya taking out Meryn Trent. Motherfucker deserved it. A lot of people were like, "Oh my God, Arya is going crazy now." Yes, she did. Fuck that guy.
Oh man, unbelievable. And then
but I did flinch the moment she did, like, get that, what was it, a knife or something, and just like stuck in his eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I loved it, but still.
Oh, what's up, Jay Cruz? How many Game of Thrones callbacks were you getting in these last couple episodes?
I never saw
many. We've been calling out a few. And we then see it seems like no one is especially fond of Dijkstra, not even his own king. Like, he made a statement about having more irons in the fire, wording also used by the mage that freed this firefucker. So that, with Geralt finding the Redanian coins on the man who jumped him, basically solidifies that it was Dijkstra who hired the fire mage, right?
Mm-hmm. He just used the girl as a messenger, basically. Right. As a go-between. She's the one that was the mouthpiece, but it was him.
But yeah, because this whole time we've had no idea. I mean, they keep making it look like they're working for the White Flame, but she said when she freed him, she's like, "Good thing I'm not working for Nilfgaard." Mm-hmm. So it can't be the White Flame. So doesn't that pretty much leave Dijkstra?
Pretty much at this point.
So I mean, that's and then we're going to talk about a scene at the very end in the next episode that I think solidifies it. But yeah, I think
definitely
it's Dijkstra. And then how great was Yasker's perfect impression of Geralt? Like, just yap with you sometimes. Like, that scene made me smile. I was loving it. Oh, fandom giving it up for the Bard finally. And then just outside Sintra, Ciri and Yen have a chat, and Ciri makes note that when Yen had magic, she controlled the chaos. Nobody's been able to teach Ciri how. So is Yen going to end up teaching Ciri how to wield her power, fandom? They kind of give us that in the end, though.
Yep, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be, the family comes together. And then Yen finally comes clean, and Ciri's not happy. And it seemed Ciri barely let out a grumble, but it cracked like half a Sintra. Like, how powerful is this girl, AK?
Man, look, I told y'all she built different. That elder blood is very strong in her, and I'm wondering still exactly what is her dad's background. Granted, he was cursed when he first met the mama, but that wouldn't be something that lingers in your blood. There's a very strong mix that's inside of Ciri, and it basically like culminated in her being this great thing. So I need answers, and I hope they go into that a little bit next season.
Absolutely. And speaking of powerful, those dwarves are about that action, boss. Like, they do not play.
Shit, y'all thought Gimli could fight? These motherfuckers came in laughing. The number one thing about fights, don't fight somebody that laughs while they doing it, because that means they're crazy as fuck and you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
The teamwork, just one of them stabbed the other one in with a hammer. Oh, it was so great.
It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
And also not playing as Geralt with Yennefer. When she tried to walk by and he put that sword up to her throat real quick, like, take one more step towards that girl and watch what happens. I was like,
can you blame the man, though?
Geralt was done playing
that's his daughter. Nah, bro, bitch, I love you, but what you not gonna do is this shit right here.
Let me tell you what you're not gonna do. Oh, then when Geralt said Ciri can't stay with him, he's gonna go slay a monster. Like, did you know which monster he was talking about, Phantom?
Nope, not at all. I'm like, don't tell him he's gonna try to kill Yennefer now.
Right? That's how they feel.
Did y'all think it was gonna be Yennefer?
Nah, but it's like 50-50. I'm like, the way how he said it, I'm just like, dang, and you're like looking and you're pointing at Yennefer. I'm like, damn, but most likely it was just doing that.
Nah, so she meant Baba Yaga.
So you can summon her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said Baba Yaga.
Did you see the house though? I'm saying that's the same damn house that Baba Yaga be rolling around in.
Oh, but yeah, they absolutely filmed it that way, like it was going to be Yennefer. But that was just beautiful. That whole scene was just epic. Absolutely loved it. Now, first of all, again, what the fuck did you think was going to happen when you bit the hand that fed you? Like, you made a pact, then broke it. Like, did Philovanger and Francesca think that they were really just going to live happily ever after? Like, they basically, the king and queen of elves, like, they just, I don't know, they needed to be better. That whole thing, I don't know. I just had to bring that back.
Weak sauce. Absolute weak sauce. And I understand now that you're pissed. Because, yeah, that's some dirty dealings to kill that baby. However, you're taking it out on more innocent people. What the fuck is the difference of you and Nilfgaard now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, people didn't do anything.
Terrible.
Oh, it's like these women had nothing to do with the death of your baby.
At all. Neither did them babies. You going after the wrong person with absolutely zero information.
Yeah, that is just ridiculous. And then, of course, the massive amount of pain of, everybody losing a child was the last bit of torment the demon needed to free herself.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, Siri, it's coming.
That
was a nice. That was a good penultimate episode, though. I was loving it. How about you, Phantom? What'd you think of episode 7?
That penultimate episode probably was like the best episode of the entire season, honestly. Like, I gotta rewatch the penultimate episode of the first season. Like, was it that good as well?
Absolutely. After seeing it all, you want to go back through because then you're going to understand and realize so
and
much
connect
more
everything. Yep.
So yeah, definitely going to be worth a rewatch for sure. Oh, but before we get into the finale, just got a couple questions. See if anybody remembers anything about this episode. If you know the answer, put it in the chat box. If you're watching later, put it in the comments down below. Voleth Mir is a demon that feeds on what?
Despair.
Pain and despair. Absolutely. Who are the dwarves running the roads for now? Who are the dwarves running the roads for?
It was damn.
It wasn't it themselves?
No, it was a king.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, you remember.
Yeah, who was the name of the king though? There was a king.
Yep, protecting convoys for a king. Who is that king? If you know that answer, write it down below. Which one still owed Geralt money?
Was their leader. What the hell is his name? Yarpin Zigrin? Wasn't it him?
No, that's the one that was talking. That's amazing. That's their leader now. Good callback though, knowing that name. Oh, why isn't that certain person that certain one that owes Geralt money? How come he's not there?
He was probably eating.
Why did they say he's not there?
Didn't he like die in battle or some shit?
That is incorrect.
Or he left to go. Oh, he got married.
There you go. The absolute opposite of going to battle. Different kind of battle, I guess. Oh, where is he now?
I don't remember the place.
That's a deep dive. That's a tough one. Oh, anybody knows that? You get an A+ for the whole test. That's a tough one. Where is that man now? Where did he settle down at? And last but not least, what seat did Yennefer steal from Fringilla?
Yeah, that's like season 1 type thing, even though they've mentioned it now in this episode.
Fringilla was crying about it, saying she stole my seat of what?
Dang. It's her hometown, right? Ain't it?
What'd you say?
Was it in her hometown? Yennefer of Wunderburg? No.
No. You said something that sounded just like the town, but that's funny. Nope. Incorrect. Oh, so if you know that answer, write it down below. A couple deep dives and tough ones there to end it off on.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you already know we got to come back into the finale. I'm so bummed it's over, but excited to talk about it. This is absolutely the Witcher finale, and it's called Family. And Ciri wakes up in what is obviously a dream because Masek's back. And while she's in the dream state, her body's out grabbing weapons. So it looks like the demon was successful in possessing Ciri at the end of last episode. Like, oh, well, she's a little girl and keep full of Witchers. Like, how much harm could really happen, right, Phantom?
Honestly, the way how the episode was going, no, even previous episode, how it ended, I thought that she was going to possess Ciri, but not show like any signs. And then literally near the end of the episode, she like does something, and then it's the 3rd season, trying to defeat the Deadless Mother, possessing Ciri. But like, no, we're gonna do this all in one episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just looking at it like that's just a little girl in a keep full of Witchers. What could really happen? Oh, girl went to work on a bunch of sleep Witchers.
With all that magic shit in there, come on now.
And then Geralt rides like a madman possessed trying to get to Ciri before she gets hurt. And with Yen riding behind him all the way, just yelling his name. Like, how annoying would that be? Just, Geralt, Geralt, just for how many miles? Like, girl, I'm not talking to you right now. But
all he could do was ride away.
Yeah.
How far is Centra all the way to Kellamora? That's like a long-ass ride.
Long-ass ride.
Exactly. And Geralt's not trying to hear a word coming out of Yen's mouth. Like, would you trust her right now, AK?
Hell no.
Like,
hell no. And y'all know I'm a Yennefer stan, but nah, bitch, when you fuck up, you got to take them L's. You deserve to have that man give you the cold shoulder.
Absolutely. And was it Geralt's wish with the Jinn, or did Yennefer truly love Geralt? What do you think, Phantom?
They are destined to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
All those feelings are absolutely true.
Right now, he's like, I'm pissed off for like 30 minutes, but when it's all said and done,
he'll get over it.
Right? Exactly.
He'll get over it.
Ciri walks room to room and, of course, kills the Black Witcher first, which is possessed by Volethmir. And she's exacting her revenge on all the Witchers since it was the Witchers Guild that imprisoned her. So, I mean, she kind of has a reason for it. I get it. But, I mean, how are their, like, metals not shaking or something? Like, are they sleeping that? I guess they think they're safe here, of all places. But, man, I don't know. I couldn't believe she was just getting it in like that. It's like she killed 3 of them before they got back. And it was
I was saying the same thing. Don't you got like heightened senses and stuff? Like,
well, no, I don't think it's just about heightened senses, but I'm pretty sure that castle had some type of magical defense, but it's worn down over the years. I think it's highly easy for anyone to get in there, especially at nighttime. Well, I mean, what was there? Maybe 10 to 15 Witchers there, plus Vesemir. Any plan that she would have concocted to get in there would have worked, because the remote location that they're in is so remote that they don't even think anybody would sneak in at night. So that I can see why it was easy for her to do that.
But we already got Leshy's attacking the place and taking people out, and new monsters coming in. I was like, I don't know. I just don't think I'd be sleeping that deep.
Yeah, but that's like a new monster, and at that point in time, he wasn't even like transformed yet. So I give that a pass.
Yeah, they've seen monsters. That's like them being on the subway in New York and somebody just starts breakdancing or doing some bullshit. You see the comparison though, fandom. It ain't nothing new to them.
I'm kind of on the fence with that one, Jake. Like the Deathless Mother, that's what I thought. Like after watching on this, like, oh, she just wanted to go home. Like she just needed Ciri to get back to her plane. Like she wasn't really trying to take or mess over this world. She just wanted to go home. But
I don't know.
It's more than that. Because she was like, she's the future. She was the future.
And yeah, she was sitting there and she was taking out witches left and right. So it wasn't just about going home. She wanted some revenge for sure.
Well, and maybe it was about going home. Revenge, definitely. I agree with you. But she said Ciri is the future. She didn't plan on just getting her spirit home. She was planning on keeping Ciri's body and power and taking her back to the place where they went. And that's where she was going to start her heavy dealings with Ciri's power.
Yep. Absolutely, I believe that. And then just as she's about to slit Vesemir's throat as he slept, Geralt shows up in a nick of time just to stop it. And she tries to talk her way out of it, but he saw right through her. Like, Geralt is about it. You cannot lie to this man. I love that part.
His spidey senses be tingling.
Oh, he sees right through all the BS. And after all that Ciri had already done, would you just want to kill her like Vesemir, or is helping Geralt the right move, fandom?
Helping Geralt was the right move.
I would have wanted to kill that look. I'd have been like,
what? That's not her.
I mean, that's a human emotion. So I feel you. However, if the plot thickens like we saw it did thicken, it's absolutely worth saving Ciri and realizing that it's not her you need to exact the revenge on.
I mean, it's just, I mean, at one point you got to be like, how many of my, those are all his sons basically. And like, how many of my sons do I need to watch die before this little girl just needs to be put down?
But it's not the little girl, though. It's what's possessing her. It's what's possessing her, though. I can see why he would be upset. Absolutely, man. I get it. So you're gonna go looking for blood when your kids are in danger, but you gotta keep a cool head about it, and that's what Geralt was doing.
You need to watch more horror movies where a ghost or a demon possesses you, like a loved one or something, and then you
No,
be
no,
like,
no. See, it's still a different situation. We know this demon could have been cast out, but if it's something like random ass Pet Cemetery or The Shining, nah, fuck them kids. You already know that's my motto. Hell nah.
Oh man.
But Siri could be saved, and it's worth the effort to save her.
So then we get back to Dara's turntailing ass, and she's trying to apologize to a queen elf that just lost her child, and he's lucky she didn't turn him into a porcupine or something worse right then. Like, she just forgave him. You had to do what you had to do for you. I was like, but you're so mad. You're found out that he's spying on you guys and giving information, which might be the reason for the death of your child, and you're good with that. But then you just walk through the other Redania and just killing babies that had nothing to do with nothing. Like, how's that make sense?
Exactly.
That was terrible. That was horrible.
Absolutely horrible. And he's basically endeared himself to them now. Yeah. For what? For coming telling you some news after the fact?
Right? Like, oh, hell no.
That boy, no, go and get back on that ship and go back to that damn dungeon they plucked your stupid ass out from.
On his ass. And then Yasker's hungover, but Yen insists she needs his help. And for what, I have no idea. But I don't know. Is it just so, like, he can see, like, how hard she's trying to save Ciri and will relay it to Geralt? Like, I don't know. Why did the bard have to be woke up from his hangover, fandom?
Fuck the bard.
Like, how much help is he? Because he's going to go pass a red stone off? I mean, that's really it. I mean, it just has to be more.
It's an important thing that she gave him. However, though, she had shit to do. Like I said, what are you going to do? I'm a mage. I'm going to do what mages do. Make some potions. And it's a good damn thing she did start doing some of that.
It almost seemed like we just needed some more screen time for the bar to meet.
I mean, she could have done that honestly. Like,
I don't know why he had to be woke up. What the hell did he do but hide and slink under tables, which I actually loved. They didn't give like this bard a superpower. Like, that's what a singer would be doing, hiding under the table, staying out of the fight.
Yeah. True enough.
I love that. Well, it was funny how all the Witchers were looking all over for Ciri, and she's right there in the main room all along. I was like, what the? I don't know. That was another one that kind of got me. It was like they're all just going room to room looking. She's just right out in the main room.
Like, why would she be in anybody's room?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. And I was glad Ciri got to live in that memory of Mosak and her grandmother being alive again, but also glad she was able to realize it and it wasn't real and was able to come back to reality, because it would have been real easy for somebody her age to say, screw it, I'm happier living here in Fantasyland. Like, what would you do if you were her, AK?
I would not have allowed myself to be in that position. Because if you break down all the bare bones of this, this is happening in the way it's happening because Ciri doesn't know how to take freaking orders. You were told that you needed to, stay within the confines of, I don't remember the castle name. However, even before they disappeared, Geralt was trying to call to her and get her to cut the shit out, and also try to yell at Yennefer. But I expect Yennefer to not listen. But again, Ciri, you didn't have to go through the damn portal, okay?
Oh yeah,
you heard him. You heard him yelling for you to come back, but you decided to go off on your own and do all this fuck shit. So yeah, this is the misadventure that you get to go on, and you almost died. Congratulations.
You could almost give Ciri a pass on that one. Like, that was her first time jumping through a portal. We know it affects people. They puke when they go through it. Like, she probably wasn't thinking. She might not even heard that. But, and then you can't be mad, like, this demon possessed her, so you can't be really mad at Ciri for what she's doing.
No, that was before the possession.
No, I know. Mm-hmm. I'm saying, like, when you said when he was yelling for her to come back and told Yen not to do it, like, Ciri was already through the portal, and it was her first time making and jumping through a portal. So I'm sure she was all off. She probably never even heard Geralt. Like, she was just tripping out. Like, she just made a portal, jump through it, and was probably over there puking. Like, what the hell just happened? But yeah,
to the actions.
Absolutely. But I don't know. It's like the fact that now she is possessed and this demon's taking her, and like, I don't know. I could see it being real easy to just stay in Fantasyland with Grandmama and Mousek and Mom and Dad and just living there. Like, yeah, it might not be real, but for a girl her age, it could be more fun than coming back to reality.
Nah, you can't stay in the sunken place.
You gotta
that works out for no one.
And then, like, it wasn't bad enough pulling the mutiny and breaking their contract to fight. Now we find the elven couple has stolen horses to ride north, making Fringilla look even more a fool for trusting them. Like, will Nilfgaard track them down eventually and get their due, you think, Phantom? The
At the
elf?
time, I didn't think so because again, it's like it seems like they were gonna go and fight off. What was it? What's that kingdom with an R?
Redanian?
There we
Redanian,
go. So it
yeah.
was gonna benefit them, so they weren't gonna track them.
King
They
Vizsla.
just, Fringilla just wished that they would have asked her.
Right.
No,
Well, she wishes they would have asked and she would have helped, and then but they would have had to promise to come back. Like we would have given you
hmm
armies, we would have done everything, but these elves are just off on one. And I get it, you lost your child, but man, you have made every wrong step, every wrong play, and every
Yep.
wrong moves since we've been here. And Fringilla tries to play the game, but just doesn't seem to have what it takes. Like she's supposed to be the manipulator, yet it's Kahir putting words in her mouth that end up blowing up in her face. So she is no little finger.
She was doing so well.
She was
She was doing so well.
She
And
was-
then this happened. I don't even know if we're going to see her next season.
And then back at Carmoran, Geralt tries to bargain with the demon inside Ciri, but it says it's too late. And then she turns and roars to open up the door of the monolith. And what enters from the other side ain't nothing nice. I was like, here comes these monsters. So we called that one too. What's that?
I have a question.
What's that?
Why in the fuck did they have that damn thing there with fucking monolith in it?
Why did they have a monolith there?
Wouldn't Vesemir have been able to tell there was something inside that tree?
Here's my question. This isn't the real
Because
not the real. Wasn't this wasn't the original one, right?
monolith?
No, what's their place called?
Carmoran?
Yeah. This is like one that they had to rebuild, right?
I think that's the place because
Yeah, it's the same place. Yeah,
It's the same
Like,
place? Okay, because if it wasn't the
it's
same
intact.
place, that'd been questionable.
yeah.
But
it's
no, they Vizmir just put all those metals on it like a tree. Basically, they didn't know. Nobody knew what it was. Remember, it's so strong that nobody should be able to crack it. It wasn't until Ciri came through cracking these things that we knew anything was living inside, or find out later that they're actually doorways. So yeah, no way that Vesemir would have known there was monsters in there. Nobody knew what they were. They just thought they were basically the leavings of the conjunction when it happened, when all the spheres collided.
So possibly the first I would say first demon. The first Witcher probably knows when they constructed.
Yeah, that may have been information that was
That's
forgotten.
why
yeah.
Deathless Mother knew oh.
Yeah, she knew exactly where to go.
And how to get back.
And I think the previous episodes kind of hit it towards it because when Ciri was screaming, the camera panned straight towards it and it was shaking.
Mm.
Letting you know that that's going to have an effect. She's the key. And I like how they kept Yasker, like I said, just a bard. Like he's brilliant and quick-witted, but not a fighter. So his ass stayed right where he belonged during the fight. Like he's not
under the table.
Hide your ass under the table and wait for it to end. Was it right for so many Witchers to die just so Ciri could live, though? Like I was saying, almost a Batman refusing to kill the Joker situation going on.
There's 4 witches now, to my knowledge.
Yeah, and I think when that fight started, it was only maybe 8 of them, 8, 9, maybe.
Yeah.
Still, they just lost half their force. So
it still sucks. Yeah.
And we already know that they can't make any more Witchers, so they're already a dying force and a needed force, and all of them are going to die while Ciri stays alive. Like, come on.
They can. That's the thing. Ciri's alive. They can make more of the potion now.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. We didn't see.
And there's going to be a whole hell of a lot more that needs to happen around Ciri. So I think they'll be able to get the things together eventually. It takes them a while after they're all weird and jokey and stuff.
I don't know. Maybe if Ciri can send all the monsters back to their plane, maybe they won't need witches anymore. I guess we look at it that way.
It's possible.
In her dream, Ciri asks Mouseck to tell her of her bloodline, and he replies, "There's not a long enough song in existence." Another call to it going all the way back to the Elders. And who killed off the Elders, fandom? Why is her blood so rare?
Because hold up. This was a thought. But her blood is rare because was it when her freaking family's bloodline, her mother's side, they created that one warrior. So that's why it's so rare. It's only that one gene pool that has it. Not one gene pool. I failed science. It's only that one freaking family line that has it. So that's why her blood is so rare.
So who do you think killed off the Elders, AK?
I don't know if I could say altogether that they were killed off, but when all of those worlds crash together, obviously there's going to be casualties. So it may have been honest, just some type of contamination with all of those worlds blending into the one that we see now, where dwarves, elves, and humans all live on the same plane. Because remember, humans didn't used to be there at all. It used to be just elves.
None of those Witchers have cool eyes like Ciri.
Except for Geralt.
I think they all have cool eyes. They get
Oh, and Yennefer.
Yeah, Yennefer's got them Targaryen eyes.
Gotta crack a few eggs and make an omelet. Them witches didn't need to die. Too many people dying for Ciri to stay alive.
I mean, there were no name Witchers. Let's be honest.
Exactly. They basically were red shirts. Because if you notice, every Witcher whose name we know, they're still alive.
Oh man, speaking of alive, do we also believe Ciri is the only one alive with elder blood running through her veins? Is there any way to get like a Star Wars Luke and Leia situation going on, fandom?
Unless the mom is alive this whole time, like that's the only way, honestly.
You know what?
I don't think so. You know why? Because when Ciri was in that dream, and I'm going to talk about that later too, but when all the people that like started fading away, like, no, don't let us die again, and Mousak and Grandmama and Mom, they all faded away. And when they showed it, and this was the other biggest kicker, right when I knew I was right, when they showed it, they kind of made it look like the mom and dad were dissipating. But when you go back and watch it, it was only Mom that was like falling.
That's why it was the father too that was faded.
Oh, go back and watch it.
No. Go back. Yeah,
that was the father, which
go
told me that the father is still alive. And I was like, oh shit, I called it. So,
and yeah. there is, but you know, like I told y'all earlier before we came on, we were talking. I did a slight bit of investigation on the dad. There's a very specific reason that he's looking for Ciri. And it's not just because he wants to, have his loving daughter with him.
Oh, no.
Something's coming. And for right now, Ciri is the only one with elder blood. But there's something in his bloodline that makes powerful prophecy babies too.
And if he's that powerful, then who's to say there isn't a Luke and Leia situation with another son?
No, that's not the breadcrumbs I'm dropping, bro.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It's worse than that. It's very despicable.
No, you're not gonna have an entire nation full of people touting you as a false god, like the Firefucker says. Like Nilfgaard's following their false god. You're not gonna get all these people and basically just to go get your daughter, so you have your daughter back. There's got to be a way higher.
Oh, there is a higher meaning. Yeah. I'm kind of sad my eyes saw it.
Yeah, nobody thinks it's for loves and hugs. I believe.
Honestly, I'm now thinking like the father is something different now. Because in the previous episode, it was like if they know what she is, they would try to kill her. And it's like in the finale, everyone just wants her just to use her like for like either her status or her power. But when it came to like the father in the flashback, he was like, they're going to try to kill her. So it's like, what is the father mixed in? What hell is on her mom's side to the point that they want to kill her?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, look the facts. He chose Ciri's mom for a reason. They didn't just happen to fall in love. Nah, he actively worked on that shit. And now that she's gone, there's only one way to fulfill the prophecy that he's working on.
We didn't get a very good definition of what elder blood actually is, Jake says. And I'm like, didn't we hear like early on, like when Yennefer first portaled and met Istrid, when he was sitting there looking at all the elder bones?
Yeah.
Wasn't there some kind of tie-in? Like, I know she's only a quarter, but is that quarter, does it have elder blood in it?
That's one of the reasons Yennefer is so powerful.
So yeah, that makes sense.
She just needed to get her powers activated pretty much.
So Ciri's not the only one with elder blood that's alive then.
She's the only one from a specific bloodline that has elder blood.
I wonder what this quarter is.
I think it's going to be the elven blood, and yeah, I think it's going to come back. That's going to come back and be something back when these writers of Wraith writers come back.
It is, yeah. Once you figure it out, you're going to be like, what the fuck, bruh? Yeah.
I don't get it though. It's like I know she's a mother in grief, but she knows the pain of losing a newborn. Like we were saying, like how could Francesca just go around killing those babies in Redania? Like those mothers had nothing to do with the death of her child. Like even if their king did, like why punish them? I just again, I just had to touch on that again.
It's always the small folk that suffer the most when the high lords play their games.
But still, it just makes me hate these elves even more. Like everything about the elves, I just hate now. Like there's no redeeming qualities left for them. But back at Carmoran, we now see that all those monsters were indeed not there to hurt Ciri, but to abide by her will. So there's another one we got right. But that third monster coming through the portal, like I might have been like, Ciri, I got love for you, but how many more need to die before you snap out of it? Off with your head. Like before that thing even came through the portal, she might have been gone.
Well, like you said, sir, she's a young girl. Okay, she hadn't gotten the Jedi mind blockage training yet.
Oh, it's killing me.
She worked with what she had.
Did you notice in Ciri's dream that, like we were saying, like I said, everybody was dissolving except for the dad? Like, that just showed me, like, called it last week, he was still alive. And then Yennefer offers herself as a vessel so the deathless mother can vacate. And Ciri somehow, like, she somehow also knew that this was the way to get her magic back. How did she know that, AK?
I don't know. I think she just took a gamble and it happened to work out. And like in my notes at the very beginning of this, before we started going on like the final quest to save Ciri, I was like, Yennefer about to do something real stupid, like make herself the damn vessel for that thing. And then it happened. And I was like, Yennefer, I get it. I know you trying to show Geralt like, hey, babe, I'm sorry, I'm still here. However, that was very dangerous and it could have worked out a whole lot different than it did. But I get it, because what else could she actually do?
What did the deathless mother said? A sacrifice. And what she did, she sacrificed herself. Her powers came back.
Quit trying to murder Ciri.
It's very much like Constantine, the movie with Keanu Reeves.
I need to see that.
You haven't seen that?
Oh, that's a good one.
Go watch the damn movie, fandom.
I didn't know it was a comic book movie until like years later. I'm like, oh shoot.
Yeah, it's a is it DC? Yeah,
it's a DC
comic.
So Ciri is getting pretty nice with hers, I did have to admit. Like it only took one lesson with Yennefer, and she's already opening portals and jumping back and forth through them. And after this is over, like, will Geralt forgive Yen and let her stick around to train Ciri? And we kind of get that answer. Like, we already know that's going to happen.
Yeah, but he said that's what he's keeping her there for.
Who are the wraths of Morhog, and what is the Wild Hunt, fandom?
That is some Lord of the Rings type ish right there that I cannot wait to deep dive right into. I won't be surprised if that's freaking one of Ciri's dad up in there.
Oh man, I was just like, I need to know more about this Wild Hunt. Like Vesemir knows all about it. Geralt told him about like something big is coming. I need to know. Give me some answers.
Yeah, the Harry Potter franchise actually did a small tribute to that, because they have a ghost that run around the damn castle that are called the Wild Hunt.
Nice. I didn't like how Geralt...
now I remember that with Headless Nick and whatnot.
Yeah.
Geralt was saying we're all safe now thanks to you, like basically praising Ciri. I'm like, wait a minute, that's all that matters? What are you talking about? You're only in this mess because of her. Like your brothers are all dead because you refused to take her out. Not exactly a time to be saying, oh well, what's done is done. Like I didn't like that.
He's not wrong though.
He is wrong.
She took the thing back through the monolith and got rid of her.
That thing did it. Yeah, I don't know. That thing gave her the power to do it. I don't know. I was like, I'm not just trying to be like, oh, it's all good. You only had all my brothers dead, but hey, you're good now, and that's all that matters. No, it ain't all that matters.
If those brothers that were in there could differentiate and knew that it wasn't actually Ciri that was doing all that, I think you can too, sir. So you shut up.
Oh, well, I know one that's satisfied on how it all worked out. Yen's in bliss now that she has her magic back. Like walking around smiling, healing Witcher wounds. Like, oh yeah. And poor Yasker just can't find a friend. Like even after all this, nobody other than Yen wants anything to do with him. I was like, the bard cannot catch a break.
What the hell's the bard gonna do at Camarel?
He's just trying to be friends. Like, oh, we're all brothers now, right? The guy's like, nah, get the hell out of my way. I was like, God dang.
Come on, man.
The bard.
You wouldn't have done the same thing?
No, I'd have been like, you made
what
it.
What the hell does he stand to learn there?
Hey, I'm just saying, you can make songs of it and will entertain us while we heal. After all this, Vesemir is ready to rebuild, but Geralt says he can't stay. He knows many and more will come for Ciri when they find out what she is. Will they at least leave him with like a little bit more of her blood so like they can start making more Witchers fandom?
That would be nice, but at the same time, it's like how much blood she's gonna leave, and all these experiments are all of them gonna work.
I mean, he said for hundreds of years people could be saved with just one vial of her blood. So I mean, it doesn't need much.
I mean, with that one vial, it could work, it could not work.
I mean, well, that's the gamble you take every time, even before now. And who's to say that she's gonna stay gone forever? I'm sure they'll be back at some point, so she fill up another vial then.
But remember, like literally, all the kingdom is like looking for her.
Dude, that's nothing but a hair job and a change of clothes.
I don't know about that.
Oh my goodness!
Think about it. But half the people don't even know what she looked like. They know the eye color and the hair color.
People can sniff out and track the blood, though.
Who's sniffing the blood?
Who knows? Mages? Any one of the mages, probably.
Do they have her blood? Do they even have her blood to go on, though?
Do they need it? Maybe they can just tell. I mean, why was that? Why couldn't Yennefer run that one queen and the baby away from that one mage that was after him?
Hold up, they got freaking her father. Like, there's the freaking blood right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Then why hasn't he been using his?
That is my question. I've been wondering.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's of no consequence if he shares blood with her, because they would have used that already.
We shall see. It could be a loophole. Looks like Tessie has decided to join the Brotherhood's evil ways and agrees to put a hit out on Ciri and anyone protecting her. Like, what's she gonna do when she finds out Yen is one of the people now protecting Ciri? Or does she already know?
That's exactly what I said. I said, oh, you don't know your daughter head first wrapped up in this shit. Okay, we'll see what happens when we get there.
Right? What's gonna happen when we find out who's really who?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that there was a third person sitting at the table when Rience was breaking it down, the firefucker. And I just thought it was like him and Lydia. But then on the second watch, I realized there was a third person at that table, because I did think it was weird when she was calling Rience my lord. But now I see that it was someone else. And she already, like you said, she wasn't working for Nilfgaard. So who else could it have been? Like, I think it's Dijkstra. Like, he also used the same term earlier, saying he had other irons in the fire, the same way Lydia said that. We can put another iron in the fire. So, I don't know. I think they were trying to link that. Is that who it is, fandom, or is it someone else?
Yeah, it's either Dijkstra or there's like another player. We're going to learn in Series 3 that he's also working with Dijkstra.
But either way, it means Rience was right. They showed up soon after Lydia traced Ciri's blood. So, again, like, I was wondering why I did her to her face, but you guys had an awesome answer. It's because it wasn't just Ciri's blood. It was the mutagen that did it. So I like that. But yeah, we got to figure out what's going on with that. But then sitting around the campfire, Francesca says, when the humans arrived, we welcome them as peers instead of seeing them for what they really are. Looks like I called another one a few episodes back. When the spheres collided, the monsters they were talking about that came through were indeed the humans.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that looks sick callback. And just then they captured and bring in Istrid, a man who, remember, was helping the elves find safe passage. And now these deal-breaking fucktwats are like just ready to kill him at the drop of a dime. I'm so disgusted and hating the elves at this point. I can't stand
it. Did they know him? Like, I know he was coordinating with a certain group and trying to get the elves there, but do Francesca and Fildefa know who he is? Because it's highly possible that they didn't.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I don't know, because Fringilla was acting like she was sharing all the information, so I don't know why she wouldn't. I mean, if Fringilla was hiding or sharing all the information, then she should know that one of the people helping is Istrid. Or at least that there was an Istrid out there helping. Maybe not that it was him exactly, but there was one out there. So they should have had some kind of knowledge, and they're just like, kill him. Like, this man saved so many of your people, and now you just one look and you're gonna kill him. I was like, I hate the elves. Right
That's what I'm saying. I don't. For him, just for this situation, I don't think they actually knew who he was.
Oh, so dirty. And as they're dragging him away, he yells out, she's Elder Blood, one of them. And Francesca then realizes Ciri could be their savior. And I was just yelling at the screen, you are not worth saving. Like I was so done with them at that point.
And you see also how quick her brain went, because she also said that about the kid she just had.
Yeah, and you got to realize he said a certain name, and then she's like, "What, Elven blood?" So that's another thing. Like some of these names could be like two of the same thing, talking about the same thing, because one's in Elven tongue and one's in regular. So I think that's going to have a lot to do and tie a lot of things in next season.
What's good, Peter?
Oh, we got Peter Griffin hit the chat. What's good, buddy? Good to see you. How'd you like this season overall, man? I'm all in. I can't wait for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And again, who's that damn owl, and who's it really working for? Like, I see she's called Philippa, but which side is she truly on? Because I don't think it's Dijkstra. I think she's just using him. What do you think, Phantom?
First and foremost, I did not know that that must say elf. That I was going to turn to that fine ass woman. But I'm still on Yennefer. I'm rolling with Yennefer. I will not betray her.
Lies.
But yeah, finally got that reveal on like what it is. Because for like episodes, you're like, is someone talking through this damn thing? Or is that a person? What is it? And finally, talking about Professor McGonagall transfiguration class he's up in.
That's exactly it. I thought somebody was skin changing the owl, but no, it turns out she's just Professor McGonagall.
Really? Oh, Book and Games are pretty mad about. Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of people that aren't really happy with the season, how it's not going. But like I was talking to Johnny behind the scenes the other day, and he was acting like it was going pretty much step for step, like a lot of stuff. So
except for the whole the father thing, he said he was telling us like the father could be like someone. The show could be changing that.
No, that's actually straight from the book.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
And then how they made Francesca the elf a murderer. Like, she's a murderer, all right. I guess that must be way different. But I mean, you have to, yeah.
She killed how many people in that war? I don't understand. Like, are they mad because of how it ended with what happened in these last two eps? Or have they been mad about it from the beginning? Because that's not the first war we've seen her in.
I mean, in terms of like the killing the babies.
Jake says the Bardo's the king elf. Yeah, he was there with Geralt when they got caught with him, when they went after that other thing. And that's when we first saw Fringilla, and not Fringilla, but Philip.
I mixed the names up. I thought you were talking about Fringilla. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, man. But Dijkstra tells her to bring him the bard. It's time for him to pay back his benefactor. And I was like, wait a minute. What has Jaskier been doing for this man this whole time, Phantom?
I don't know.
I was like, how is Fandom right this whole time when Jaskier has been on the evil side of this?
Does Jaskier even know who the hell his real benefactor is? It sounds like he don't.
I think he does, because I called it, I'm pretty sure right when we first saw Jaskier, I was like, that was a little too convenient for him to just be there and like leave with Geralt. Like, there was no real tie-in. He just basically said he was going to walk with Geralt. So we were calling something that somebody might have put him up to that way back then, and then we just kind of forgot about it.
That's possible.
He's pretty much got his hands in everything to the point that he can pretty much find Ciri like almost in a heartbeat.
Who does?
Jaskier, because he pretty much has Jaskier.
Right.
The fire guy. Who else? He's pretty much within like his hands within the whole. Even though they don't trust his ass, which we'll call it
the Brotherhood.
Yeah, the Brotherhood, and even like the I forgot the kingdom with an R. If they happen to even like come near her,
Vismir.
Mm-hmm. So it's
not Vismir, but
was it Rhiannon?
No, the Redanian king is.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Geralt tells Yen he doesn't forgive her, but still wants her to train Ciri, and Yen's like, as if I'd trust her with anyone else. Like, sounds like Yen's not going anywhere anytime soon.
She's not.
Family time. And then Yen said she knows she hurt Geralt and wishes they could start all over again. And Geralt didn't say he was against that. I don't know. Are these two going to rekindle their flame?
I think that's what's meant to happen. Like, and Geralt called it himself. They're destined to be together, but they were given that small sidebar of loving each other and being together isn't going to be enough. Something more is needed. Ciri is that something more. So that's what's going to bring them. I mean, right now, the situation has already brought them together. Mm-hmm. From here on out, obviously, it's not going to be easy because both of them two assholes are stubborn as fuck. But they're going to work on that family unit.
Yep, and that's exactly what I've written here. The Gold Dragon said that Geralt and Yen were made for each other, but their love wasn't enough. There needed to be something more. And Geralt said Ciri is that something more.
Yep.
So basically, we called another one Decrypting Yen's dream. Like I said, that these three are going to live on as a family together. I think that's exactly what they were telling us with that dream.
Facts.
Or Ciri is going to destroy their relationship.
Could be.
Nah.
The baby burst into flames, so I mean, it could flip either way. Geralt's still trying to piece it all together, and what he can't figure out is how Nilfgaard knew about her before anyone else. And I was like, I'll tell you why, because I called that shit last week. The White Flame is none other than Bunny, Ciri's real father. Nailed it. Oh, it was so good. That was so good. But earlier, Ciri told Yennefer that Geralt is the father she never had. How's she going to feel when she meets her real dad, Phantom?
That's gonna be crazy. Just seeing first, you're gonna think it's an illusion. Then he's gonna talk around it and be like, "No, I'm not an illusion." Unless that isn't like that could be like her father's body, and something else could be possessing the father entirely. That could be another option the show could go.
I guess if they wanted to toss something in, they could. But from what I read, no, I don't think they would do that. It would be a very heavy spectacle, I think.
Because it's crazy. Because the Dundee like we first saw doesn't seem like the Dundee we're seeing now. It's like something happened to the point where it's like he made this shift.
So something did happen. I don't want to say what it exactly it is because I don't know if they're going to change it for us next season or how they're going to run his backstory. But there was a reason that he was cursed and he was on the run when he met Ciri's mom.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I'm hoping that Ciri will take and remember the lesson from these last couple of episodes. So when she does meet her dad, she's not just all love struck. That yay, my dad's still alive, and she wants to go off and do whatever younger Ciri might have done as a princess. I think she'll be more cautious now. At least I hope she will be.
Then it's like, my father's alive, but who's been my father this whole time right now? Or my daddy? It's been freaking Geralt right now.
Yeah, and she's not, and I don't think she's going to break that tie at all. Not ever.
Yeah, I don't see that ending, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, she's so big on family, and like I said, when they made a point to when she was telling Yennefer, like, he's the father I never had, and she's going to be like, I've been looking for you for a long time, my dear, but she'll be able to sense it. She'll know something's up. Like, Geralt's going to be like, he'll give him one of them. Get a brooding, and they'll know something's askew. Oh, all in all, I'm absolutely loving it. Like Phantom said right when we started, I cannot believe it took us this long to get into this one. I'm glad I did because it gave me something to do these last couple of weeks. But man, all in, loving The Witcher, and looks like the next one's going to be more of a kind of fill in some gaps and go back and some origin stories. What do you think about that, AK?
I am looking forward to that. They didn't even need to show me half the shit that was in that promo. All you needed to tell me was Michelle Yeoh was involved. I'm there on the strength of her name alone.
There it is. What's up, Phantom? You excited for the prequels?
Of course, talking about showing us about how like the whole conjunction happened and whatnot. The first Witcher, like I'm in for it.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie C. Good to see you. Good to see you. Did you watch The Witcher? You loving that? Were you all in for it? What season did you like better, Jake? Was it season 1, season 2? Were you just all in for the whole story, looking forward to the next one? Absolutely. Like I said, the way they kind of just kept introducing more and more characters and then were able to wrap it up in the final 2 episodes for the season was just absolutely phenomenal.
They do wrap ups really well.
Yeah, I wish they had more than 8 episodes too because it was fantastic. But they did wrap it up, so I can't be too mad at it. And speaking of wrapping it up, we're just going to ask if we got 10 little trivia questions to end it on the perfect 10, almost like this season. So let's get into it. If you know those answers, write them in the chat. If you're watching later, write them in the comments down below. Where were they when Ciri opened her first portal?
Weren't they in the freaking
Nenika's castle?
Sodden, wasn't it?
It has a name. The place had a name. They referred to it quite a few times in this episode. You know that name, write it in the chat box or right down below. Question number 2. Who are the first 2 Witchers we hear Ciri is killed while possessed?
No idea. I should have wrote the names down too. Someone told me to write them down.
I didn't write those names down either.
Oh, if we don't know names, we might as well just blow right through this third one. Who's the third Witcher we hear Sirius killed?
Yeah.
Know that answer? Write it down below. Moving on. What did Jaskier mutter when Yennefer tried to wake him?
What did he mutter?
He said 3 quick words that were off the charts. What did Jaskier mutter when Yennefer tried to wake him out of his drunken stupor?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh,
I know. I know what he said. He said the last time he grabbed him by the balls was like.
That's when he was actually awake. He was still screaming when he muttered this. Jaskier had a hangover, saying his head felt like it was lodged between the buttocks of a fat and sexually rageful what? Jaskier had a hangover, saying his head felt like it was lodged between the buttocks of a fat and sexually rageful what? Ooh, we got him stumped this time.
I don't know, yeah.
Oh, I thought I might have gave too much away on that one. You know that one right in the chat box? Let's see. There. Oh, Jackie C says she loved The Witcher. I like The Witcher, absolutely. Oh, man, I was all in. This season was great. Who did Mosek say would continue quite the exceptional bloodline if he and Ciri were to be married?
Oh, the damn little boy.
Is it Martin?
Yay! There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Nailed one. Well done. After the battle, Ciri told Lambchop he was panting like a what?
I don't even know who the hell Lambchop is.
It was one of the Witchers she was carrying after all the battle, and he was leaning on her. He's the one that
Oh, that's the red-haired guy.
Yeah. His real name's Lambert, but they call him Lambchop.
Yeah.
He said, "You're panting like a what?" Know that right in below. What did Istrid tell Francesca Ciri was?
Hen Ikea.
There you go. Hen Ikea. So what? She's elven blood. So like I said, the way they keep switching these words like that and meaning 2 different things, I think names are going to be 2 different things too. And we're going to find out some of these names that we've been in characters we've been watching are actually characters from stories we've been told throughout this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I said her name earlier. Who is the White Owl?
Yeah, you did say her name earlier. I don't remember.
Philippa.
Oh, there he is.
There you go. Good job.
Done, sir. And last but not least, who told Geralt and Yennefer they were made for each other?
Oh, the fucking dragon.
Oh, try to remember that name.
Yeah, I do not remember that damn name.
Same.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-letter name.
Yeah.
You know, it's season 3, the first episode, second episode. I'll be writing nothing but names.
Right. Names and or places.
Oh man. Oh, but absolutely epic. I loved it. Any last tidbits you guys want to get in or predictions for season 3? It's gonna be tough because we don't know the direction. It seems like it's gonna be more of a prequel, so it's gonna be tough to see where they're gonna take it.
Well, I think it's going to function also as its own standalone though.
Okay.
So we're gonna get that, and then we'll jump back into season 3. But fun little tidbit that I found out: Charles Dance was connected with playing the voice of Ciri's father in the video games.
Oh, really? Nice. Oh, there's so many Game of Thrones callbacks. There has to be people that have worked on both. There's just so many tie-ins and callbacks. I mean, all the way down to talking about a feast of crows. Literally said the words, "It's a feast for crows." I was like, what?
Yep.
They weren't even being shy about it. They just put it out there. There's lots of tie-ins. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I can't wait for the next one. All in for the prequel. And oh wow, look at this. She brings it in.
All right, Jackie.
How about that? Well done, Jackie. Villain Trentonmirth. Absolutely. That is the name of the gold dragon. I can't wait to find out that Geralt's got some dragon blood in him as well. Because all that tie-in with that little flashback to him being a kid was.
His mom wasn't a Witcher, but she had some magical ability. So it would have to make sense that Geralt would have already had innate magic before even going to magic school.
Oh no, we haven't even I was expecting to see his mom in this season. I guess not. So maybe season 3. Yeah, because we first saw the mother in the finale of season 1. So I thought they were just gonna sneak possibly in season 2. but there was like no mention whatsoever about the mother. So
Geralt had more
possibly,
shit to go do.
Well, there's the one flashback when the merchant, but yeah, again, that was season 1. But I mean, it was just 2 different episodes. But yeah, when the merchant got the flashback and the mom came there to like kind of help Geralt, and I still don't know, was that real? Did that happen? Like, what was going on with that? Like,
It
was she the reason
seems
Geralt made it?
it seems like it could be a fever dream, but he did get healed
That's what I'm
enough to
saying.
get up and walk out. So something was going on there.
Kind of the same way when Triss was walking through that dream with Ciri, and she went
Yeah.
over to help that one elf, and then it ended up getting choked out. Like, this isn't supposed to happen this way. So something.
and honestly, now I don't even blame Triss of what she did, how she reacted, seeing the Wild Hunt and seeing like what went on, and then her Ancestry.com thing.
Oh, Peter Griffin says, watch the Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf cartoon.
Yeah, I got to watch that still. I wanted to finish this up before I watch it. It's on Netflix.
Came out before season 2 even dropped, he said.
Yeah, it did.
It's
Nice.
a series cartoon or just like a regular?
No,
like,
it's
movie?
just the animated
short?
movie, I believe.
Like a short?
It's about, I think, about an hour and a half.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's mostly it's set as far back, I believe, as Vesemir.
Wow.
Like while their training was going on, I think. But I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, I definitely have to check that out. That sounds amazing. And yeah, like I said, I'm about to go back and rewatch it and just watch all the pieces.
All the breadcrumbs fit together.
That's when they were talking that. That's when they were doing that. Okay, I see it. So yeah, all in all, can't wait. And yeah, we're definitely ready for season 3. Well, that's going to do it for us. I hope everybody had a fun time going down the rabbit hole with us and talking about all things The Witcher. I know I had a blast, and I'm looking forward to the future shows coming up and the series keeping it moving. I want to thank my 2 co-hosts for coming down this rabbit hole as usual. We will be coming back with another one next Tuesday. Not 100% what it's sure, or 100% sure what it will be, but there's a good chance that it might be the alternatives, what ifs on Marvel, because I think those are going to have a lot of tie-ins to the new Doctor Strange.
A whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to tie into the new movie, so we want to be ready for that and get our theories in. So hopefully you'll join us next Tuesday night. Once again, it's been a pleasure. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. So we see you on the next one. Be easy, everybody.